Hello, welcome to Genre Fiends. And it is garbage day today as we are covering Silent Night, Deadly Night 2. My name is Cal Kitchemonia.
I'm David Cashane.
Yes, finally, Silent Night, Deadly Night 2.
Yeah.
A lot darker than our previous movie, Santa with Muscles.
Yeah, very dark, man. And probably a bigger budget?
No, probably same or less. Half of this movie is another movie, man.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, they
When half of your movie is
stock
clip,
footage.
when half your movie is stock footage from the other movie, you don't need to pay that much.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
I think technically this movie only has 3 locations.
right? The orphanage, one of the houses.
And the prison cell. Or
Oh. Yeah.
the prison room.
I don't know. It felt a little bit more higher budget. Like maybe, I don't know. I don't know what it is.
It looks a little better.
It looks better. I think that's what it is. It just
Yeah.
looks better to me. It just looks like they use...
Well, anything can look better than Santa with muscles. Blair Witch looks better than Santa with muscles.
That's true. Yeah.
All right, give us our plot, David.
Okay. The now adult Ricky talks to a psychiatrist about how he became a murderer after his brother Billy died, which leads back to Mother Superior.
Yeah.
You think
That's a good
pretty
one. That's a
accurate?
good one. Yeah. They're getting better.
Yeah.
Okay. This movie's starring Eric Freeman. He's playing Ricky.
Yep.
This guy's awesome. This guy is like the worst, best actor ever.
Really? The way?
Can't stop watching him.
Oh, man.
Okay, we meet Ricky in the psychiatric prison. A guard comes into the room and sets up a tape recorder.
Mm-hmm.
And the guard keeps looking at him all scared like he's going to get attacked. And Ricky keeps looking at him grinning.
Yeah.
And the doc comes into the room to talk to Ricky, interview him.
Uh-huh.
He makes the guard leave. The guard doesn't want to leave. So the doc interviews Ricky. And the first flashback happens where Ricky is a baby. His family is going to see Grandpa for Christmas Eve with Mom, Dad, and Billy. Later on, when they're traveling back, they see that Santa Claus is on the road and his car is broken down.
Yeah.
So they stop to help him. But it turns out this Santa Claus has a gun. And he holds up the family. The dad tries to drive away but gets shot.
Uh-huh.
And then the car parks, and then Billy, Ricky's older brother, runs away, hides. Ricky's crying as a baby.
Yeah.
And the Santa Claus basically rapes the mother,
Uh-huh.
takes her shirt off,
Right.
slices her throat, takes the money, bolts off.
What's up with that Santa Claus, man?
Well, okay, in the original movie, in Silent Night Part 1, we meet the Santa Claus who's like on a crime spree.
Oh, okay.
And he kind of kicks off the plot. He isn't the main villain,
Uh-huh.
but he's in the beginning. He's a Santa that's on a crime spree. He robs a store. Then later on, you see him rob the family.
Uh-huh.
He gets away, and then you never see him again.
Oh, okay.
It's just done.
So, and this is the same Santa
Yes.
from that scene?
Yeah.
And this is one of those stock footage?
Yeah. Okay, let me tell you this.
Okay.
This is stock footage, and this is Ricky telling his story, right?
Yeah.
But Ricky's a baby in this scene.
I know. That's what I thought, too.
The doctor asks him, "How do you remember?" And he's like, "I remember it all, doctor."
Yeah. Like, how?
You were a baby.
You sure got a good memory for a baby. Like
Yeah.
that. He's like a spiritualist baby or something.
Yeah. He was watching from above. And
Yeah. Third person.
Yeah.
Just out of body.
Yeah. So back at the room, Ricky's telling his story. The doc asks about the orphanage because Ricky and Billy got sent to an orphanage.
Uh-huh.
So flashback to the orphanage. Billy's in class, and they're hanging up pictures they drew for Christmas. And Billy's hanging up his poster. A girl screams because his poster is of Santa being killed
Oh.
because they have a grudge against Santa for killing their family.
Yeah.
So Billy gets sent to Mother Superior to get disciplined.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, "Sorry, Mother Superior." And she's like, "You'll be sorry soon enough." Or whatever. She's a real rank lady, basically. Your typical, like, bad nun, like, evil, like, cold nun.
You know what I was kind of I was noticing too is like So Ricky's the guy telling the story, right?
Yeah.
When the psychiatrist is asking him, and he's like, "Do you really want to hear my story?" And he's like, "Yes, I do." And then he starts telling his story. His like tone and everything gets all gentle and stuff.
Yeah.
He's like, "So we're driving down the road," and then it comes back, like it cuts back into the room where he's being interrogated, and he's like, he was naughty.
He was
Billy
not.
was
Yeah.
like everything's naughty in this
Yeah.
movie, but it's
Punish.
like it so changes so much, like from him being in the room to telling the story. He's like
Yeah.
gentle father telling the story.
It was all right for a while.
Yeah,
But that was only for a while.
yeah.
This guy's the best line deliveries.
I know.
So Mother Superior scolds Billy, tells him to go to his room. Billy is sat in his room, but another nun comes and says, "Go outside, go play." So Billy's on his way out to. He's got his winter gear on. He's gonna go outside, but he hears noises from a room. He goes to check out the noises, and it's this young couple having sex. So he's watching through the keyhole.
Okay, so he goes on the hallway. I remember this now.
And then all of a sudden, Mother Superior comes up behind him, "Get outside," and catches those two people doing it.
Uh-huh.
And she starts like whipping them with a belt.
And then he gets the flashbacks, right?
Yeah, well, she catches them, beats them up. Then Mother Superior goes outside to see Billy, and Billy's like, and she's like, "Did you see what they were doing?" And Billy was like, "Yes." Mother Superior is like, and she was like, "They were being very naughty." This is where it all begins, the naughty.
The naughtiness, yeah. And I like that too because it keeps cutting to Rick. Is it Ricky?
Yeah.
Cutting to Ricky while he's getting belt slaps, and it was like she was naughty.
Yeah.
There's like each one is like a belt
One,
slap.
naughty.
Yeah.
Each hit.
Yeah.
That's the accented. So Billy's having nightmares in his room. He's dreaming about when his parents got killed. He wakes up. He leaves the room, but Mother Superior catches him.
Uh-huh.
And so she ties him to his bed, tells him to go to sleep. This is like really bad. This was kind of like what I would like imagine, kind of like what a residential school would be
For
like.
real, yeah. They're supposed to be an orphanage, right?
Yeah.
And they're just like treating them like humanless
Yeah.
creatures or something.
So now on Christmas Day, Santa Claus is coming. Mother Superior forces Billy to sit on Santa's lap. He freaks out, punches over Santa, and
He
runs.
makes them fly, eh?
Makes him fly, like he knocks out the Santa with little kid punch.
Yeah, it's like he's Ant-Man or something.
Yeah. So Billy runs away and it's all tormented and he's like rocking back and forth like it's gonna be okay. It's gonna like real traumatic stuff. So back in the room, the tape runs out. Doc changes the tape. And now another flashback to Billy now is 18 years old and is getting a job at a toy store. And at the toy store, they're making him be Santa.
Uh-huh.
So later at the toy store, oh yeah, they force him to be Santa, so he has to have kids sit on his lap. And he's like, this one kid,
He doesn't like.
he doesn't like this one kid's like, be good, just be good. You don't want to be naughty.
Yeah, just naughty.
So later at the toy store, the workers are having an after Christmas party.
Oh yeah.
Billy sees some co-workers kissing. The boss teases Billy about being Santa and stuff. The two co-workers go into the back room, kissing, and the man tries to rape the girl, or like tries to force himself upon her. Billy sees this, goes to save the girl, chokes the guy out, lifts him up 2 feet from the ground with his one arm.
He has superhuman strength, man.
Yeah. He kills the guy and the girl freaks out.
Yeah.
It's like, why did you do that, you psycho? And so then Billy's like, naughty. And then he kills the girl. And Billy's wearing the Santa suit this whole time.
Yeah.
So the store owner checks out the back house, checks out the back, sees the bodies, gets hit in the head with a hammer. He's dead. Blood splatters.
All right.
Now the older lady finds the dead bodies, and she runs out to the front of the store trying to open up the locks. She can't. So she tries to smash the window with an axe, but then Billy shows up with a bow and arrow. Shoots her in the back with a bow and arrow.
It was so weird how she hesitated though, because she's like almost gonna strike that thing. She turned though, and then
Yeah.
she looked at the wall for some reason.
Yeah.
But of course, like, how's she gonna get an arrow in the back unless she's,
Turned
not
her-
turning
yeah.
at the wall?
And then later on, we cut to this girl played by Linnea Quigley. She's like this actress who's on Return of the Living Dead and Night of the Demons.
Nice.
This blonde girl, yeah, she's making out with her boyfriend on a pool table.
Oh, okay.
They're getting naked. She's getting naked. They hear something at the door. She puts on a shorts. She doesn't put on a top
Uh-huh.
to go check the door.
Yeah.
She checks the door, and all of a sudden in breaks Billy with an axe, and he's like, "Punish!"
What led Billy to this house?
I don't know.
Nothing.
Plot.
Plot. I was just gonna say the plot led him. Yeah.
There's literally no, like, maybe even in the original movie, it's not explained. He just shows up to this house. Okay, so he breaks in the house. He grabs her. No, he throws the axe at her and misses her.
Okay.
Then he picks her up. And there's a dead deer on the wall with antlers.
Yeah.
He picks her up.
Oh.
He stabs her with the antlers.
She gets impaled.
She gets impaled, and she's hanging on the antlers.
Uh-huh.
Then the boyfriend wonders where she is. He goes upstairs. He sees the dead body, and he gets thrown out the window by Billy. And he gets like his throat slashed by by the falling glass or whatever.
I found that so funny, him getting thrown out the window. Those scenes are all so funny in movies, like people flying out a window.
Yeah. So later, the cops are driving around looking for Billy.
Yeah.
They know Billy's a killer. They see a Santa Claus climbing into a house.
Uh-huh.
So they stop at that house. They go into the house. They see that Santa's breaking into a room.
Yeah.
But it's the dad, or the Santa lives there. He's just breaking into his daughter's room for a surprise.
Uh-huh.
So they have the guns drawn on him.
Oh, yeah.
They're about to shoot him, but they're like, "Daddy."
Yeah. There's a quote here. Daddy almost got his present early.
Daddy almost got his present early.
Yeah. It's so silly too. Like, how does he know that happened to
Yeah,
him?
I know it's not there.
Like, Billy wasn't there.
Billy wasn't even there.
He was gone, right?
Yeah.
So he wouldn't have been there. That's his out of body spirit.
Yeah, it's
just lingering around.
Ricky's just like this other being that's above us.
Yeah. He's the transcendent
Yeah,
master or something.
So Billy's hiding.
He's on the higher vibrations.
Yeah, operating at higher levels than we'll ever understand. So Billy's hiding in the bush as cops are driving by. Two boys are going sledding. These two teen boys are going. They come across this hill, and one of them's like, "Virgin Hill," or "Virgin," and then one boy's like, "The only kind you'll ever get." But then these two bullies come and muscle the boys for their sleds.
Yeah.
And then as one bully goes down, he's like, "Well, that was fun." Then the other bully's coming down. And the other bully, as he's coming down, gets his head chopped off by the axe. So the body comes sliding down, the head tumbling, rolling on behind it. That's a pretty fun kill.
You know what is kind of silly though? Like, or besides the whole movie about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Billy he gets triggered by boobs, right? He sees boobs and
Well, anything naughty or boobs specifically.
yeah, because like he's seen that like a couple times. It just triggers him, and then he goes and tries to kill. Santa Claus, right, is another thing that triggers him. But all of a sudden, it's like bullies or is he
maybe because he got bullied? I don't know.
in the orphanage? He got bullied by a lady superior or mother
superior.
Yeah. But he could be just in full like rage mode right now.
Yeah,
he's just killing people.
He's just killing
now.
everyone. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I thought there had to be a reason why he was killing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, triggered by Santa Claus.
Well, he's not a serial killer. He's a spree killer.
Spree killer.
Yeah, those are the guys that snap and go on a killing spree.
Oh, okay.
He's not a serial killer where it's like one at a time, or it's
Planned out,
or it's not a sexual thing.
Yeah.
Like it's more of like he lost it and just taking his rage out now.
Yeah, kind of like falling down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quit mentioning better movies, David. Okay, at the orphanage, the kids are having Christmas. They're outside playing. And then all of a sudden, a Santa approaches the orphanage. A cop drives by and sees this. He gets out, tries to stop the Santa. Freeze! Don't move! Santa keeps walking. The cop shoots him in front of Ricky and the kids. And it turns out it was the school's maintenance man.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason why he couldn't hear is because he's deaf.
That's such a brutal scene, man. Just a bunch of kids witnessing
Yeah.
their Santa Claus
Santa
get
Claus
shot.
shot right in front of them. So the cop gets hacked, but tells Mother Superior, warns him a bit about Billy. Billy's on his way. The cop's looking around the orphanage grounds, searching the place
Yeah.
until his axe by Billy gets hit in the chest with an axe.
Okay.
He dies, and then in the orphanage, they're having Christmas, and then all of a sudden, a little kid lets Billy in, because he thinks it's Santa. Billy comes in. He's about to kill Mother Superior, but he's shot in the back by a cop.
Okay.
He drops dead, and then there's Ricky there, and then Ricky's naughty.
Naughty. When did you say this movie was from?
Shit, I don't know the year of this movie. Look it up while I'm.
Okay. Because I was just thinking there was a scene there where all the kids got their Christmas presents. They're really happy about it. And I noticed there was like a bunch of Sesame Street characters that they had.
Really?
Like Miss Piggy.
Yeah.
And then below that was one kid that had a little squishy plastic like Big Bird.
Oh,
And the other one had like a puppet version of Miss Piggy.
yeah.
And I was like, what's going on with all like the Sesame Street Jim Henson stuff? Is there like...
Maybe it was cheaper to get. 'cause
Yeah.
it's kind of public.
This isn't a Jim Henson production.
Yeah. Yeah, he did the gore.
Yeah. 1987. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe around the peak of Sesame Street.
Yeah. So Ricky is adopted to a man and woman. He grows up like a regular kid. He has a family now.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the hard life that Billy had.
Oh yeah.
So he's on the street with his mom, adopted mom. He's walking down the street. His mom starts talking to her friend. All of a sudden, he sees two nuns walk up,
Yeah.
and he starts like pulling at his mom's
Yeah.
dress, and she's like ignoring him. And they walk away. He thinks it's good. All of a sudden, they come back again. He's freaking out more. He's almost going through a nervous breakdown. And his mom sees them, and she's like, "Oh no!" And then they go to the orphanage. They're talking to a nun, and they're like, "We're worried about Ricky."
Uh-huh.
And they're like, "Well, we'll just stay on him, and we'll just keep him good." So 6 years later, Ricky's adopted dad dies, and Ricky says I was sad about that one. I didn't think I would, but that really got to me.
Why does he have to
Funny line delivery, my note.
Why does he have to like talk like that too? Like his line delivery's like that. Like it's real. He's trying to be witty. Like the whole time he's trying to be witty. Like, but it's just so cheesy, man.
Well, he's such a pompous guy where he is like the type of guy who thinks he's smarter than everyone.
Oh, okay.
So he has to kind of like talk down. Like,
yeah, his wisecracking all that.
So another funny line delivery. Ricky's talking to the doc, and the doc says, "Let it out," and Ricky says, "Okay, here it comes." So younger Ricky's walking around the outdoors by himself. He sees a couple having a picnic, and the guy's being a jerk, trying to force himself on the girl.
Mm-hmm.
And the girl fights him off, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go get a beer, and I get back. You better be more ready or whatever." And so he goes for his beer. Ricky sees this, and Ricky's punish. No, he says naughty.
So this is the point of the movie where they wouldn't have stock footage now.
No, this is where the movie begins. Finally,
okay,
like 45 minutes, and the movie begins. That's why I was like, "Do we cover Silent Night, Deadly Night 1?" I was like, "I don't like." We'll basically be covering two movies in one with this one.
We don't need to go back.
And so Ricky kills the other guy with his Jeep. He gets in the Jeep, runs him over, and runs him over a few times. He keeps going over him. And so he goes to talk to the girl, and the girl thanks him.
Uh-huh.
"Thank you for doing that for me." So he lets her live. It's all good. So in the room, the doc makes a note about that.
Okay.
He puts red car. And Ricky goes over him and, red car. Good note. So Ricky's older now, and now he's working a job. Is like working at a kitchen, taking out garbage. And as he's taking out the garbage, he sees in the alley, this mob dude shaking intimidating this loser guy for money.
Mm-hmm.
And is beating him up. Ricky sees the mobster. And Ricky stabs them in the back with an umbrella and opens up the umbrella.
Oh,
So it's like opened up and it's...
yeah.
So he kills the mobster with the umbrella and the guy runs away. And in the room, the doc's sweating and he's like shocked. He's like, I've never heard of this before. Ricky's telling him new crimes that he did.
Uh-huh.
The doc wants to talk to Ricky about Jennifer. Ricky's riding on his bike, but he gets knocked over by Jennifer. She opens up the door and knocks him over, and he falls in love with her right away.
Uh-huh.
So Jennifer and Rick get to know each other in a montage.
I remember this one, yeah. Because I got to be honest with you, I think where my current viewing of this movie stopped was when they finally done the stock footage.
Yeah.
But then I watched this about 3 years ago after you told me about it, and I watched it like around Christmas time too. It was like
Yeah.
a holiday movie for me. Is it Home Alone, The Grinch, and then Silent Night, Deadly Night? So this is a lot of like trying to recall memory at this point.
Yeah.
For me. But I remember this montage is like really. Is it kind of
They're getting
sappy?
yeah, it's sappy. They're
Yeah?
like romantic and like.
Okay.
And Jennifer and Ricky have sex. It's his first time, and he thought it was her first time too. So now the next scene, Ricky and Jennifer are at the movies. And there's a loud asshole at the back. Basically just like talking out loud, harassing whoever's in the movie theater. Ricky looks behind. The asshole sees him. Then the asshole starts harassing Ricky, calling him a faggot. And the girl's like, well, we know that's not true. And they're watching the movie, and it's a movie. The movie is about a Santa Claus killer.
Oh.
And they show stock footage of the first movie again, but this time of the other but when I told you about when that Santa was holding up the store,
Okay.
they show that scene.
Okay. How lazy and cheap.
And like Ricky's like, "What's this movie about?" And she's like, "It's about a Santa killer." And he's like, "What?" So he's watching. Okay, Ricky leaves to go use the washroom or something. Then Jennifer's ex, her douchebag Brad style ex,
Okay.
a real Chad, if you will, he shows up, starts harassing Jennifer. And then the jerk at the movie theater is still talking in the back.
Uh-huh.
Ricky goes and beats him up, but it's done comedically. You see like behind the seats, you see the guy's feet like lift up and there's popcorn flying around. It's real cartoony.
Something from the Goonies or something.
For real, yeah. It's like real PG-13 action happening. This doesn't even show a proper kill.
No.
So when Jennifer's ex is still harassing her, he has another girl waiting for him.
Uh-huh.
He's like, she's all right. So Rick returns, and then that real Bradster guy tells him about how he had sex with his girlfriend. And so he takes off, and Ricky's finally like, Jennifer's like, I want to go now. And Ricky's like, I don't want to go. I'm starting to enjoy this picture now. So they watch the movie or whatever.
This picture.
Okay, later on the next day or whatever, Ricky and Jennifer are walking around, and on the street they come across the ex,
Okay.
the Bradster ex, who's working on his car,
Uh-huh.
a real Bradster car, a red Corvette, real douche car,
Oh, yeah.
and he's being a jerk. And then then he's like, well, how do you like my sloppy seconds? Ricky gets mad. He muscles the guy down. He takes there's a booster pack for the battery
Okay.
beside the car.
Yeah.
He takes the booster cables, hooks them up to the guy's face, turns on the booster pack full, electrocutes the guy.
Uh-huh.
His glasses and eyes explode. Like literally the lens shattered.
Really? That would really happen, eh? In life?
Yeah. And so Jennifer starts freaking out. What'd you do that for? And then all of a sudden, Ricky snaps and he says, naughty. Now he rips off the antenna from the car
Uh-huh.
and strangles Jennifer with it, killing her.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wait, before she dies, she's like, what'd you do that for? He's like, naughty. And she says, uh-oh. And she tries to run away. And it's the second best line delivery in the movie. Uh-oh.
So what the heck then? Like, why is Ricky a killer then? Like Bill, you understand
Billy
why
understand because Billy had such a hard upbringing and he saw all this
Yeah,
trauma.
he experienced it. Like he was watching everything happen,
Yeah.
right? Billy was in the back, or Ricky was in the back seat as a little baby, and he was crying, from an impact on the vehicle or whatever, or I don't know, crashing into the ditch.
Yeah.
He didn't see anything happen. I don't know. No.
He didn't go through the mother superior. He got adopted at a young age.
Yeah.
Grew up with a good family.
Yeah.
So it's because the first part is it's a good study of what makes a killer, like nature versus nurture.
Okay.
Billy was very much nurture.
Yeah.
Maybe Ricky's nature. Maybe he's just naturally
Okay. He's just born a psychopath.
just born a psychopath. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I can put it.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, there's no real reason why Ricky's a psycho. And so a cop shows up all of a sudden, and he's a nervous cop who's pointing the gun at Ricky and is like, "Put your hands up, put your hands up right now." And Ricky slowly walks up towards him, hits the gun, and the gun shoots the cop in the head. It's a pretty cool effect too. You see like the hole go through his head,
Yeah.
and like the aftershock in the back. It's a real good effect.
Yeah. Some effort went in there.
So Ricky grabs the gun, and he has a gun now.
Uh-huh.
He walks down the street. He sees a random dude. He shoots him. He walks down the street. He sees a guy putting out his garbage, and we get the famous line, "Garbage day." To this day, I don't know why. Even before I heard of this movie, I knew the line.
You knew it?
Before I watched it, I knew the line. So when I watched the movie, I was like, okay, now I'll be able to understand that line finally. I'll be able to understand the context behind it. There's no context.
Yeah, it's just stupid, yeah.
Garbage day. So he shoots that guy.
They must have had a really hard time trying to fill enough quips for Billy, you know what I mean? Or Ricky.
Yeah.
Like he's got to write another one, and it's just like it's like they had a whole board full of.
We need something, you guys. Garbage day. It's like they were throwing darts at it.
Yeah, let's go garbage day then. Yeah.
So he comes across a little girl, but he lets her live. Ricky shoots at a car, making it flip and blow up. This is a real badass stunt. There's a car coming at him. He shoots at it. The bullet enters. The windshield hits the driver. The car zooms right by him and tips over. But it's like right beside
Just
Ricky.
skims
It
past
just
him?
skims right past by him. Ricky standing there with the gun, unflinched.
Some real action movie stuff there.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
A little better stunt than you would expect through a little low-budget horror movie. And so Ricky walks on the street, and he's like laughing. Ha 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 ha. I love his laugh. So the cops cut him off at the street. They have their guns drawn. So Ricky points the gun at his head, and he's laughing. Click. He's out of bullets. Yeah, he's out of ammo. We go back to the room. We hear Ricky talking, but now we see that the doc is dead.
Okay.
He strangled the doc during the last story. We don't get to see it,
Yeah.
but it happened because you see the doc there strangulized on the table.
Yeah.
And then you hear Ricky breaking out of the room, and you hear people screaming, "Oh, God has escaped!" And you hear people screaming and all this other stuff. And so out on the street, Ricky mugs a Santa for his suit. He's on a payphone. He calls Mother Superior. He's like, "I'm coming for you." Right. He hangs up the phone and laughs. One of the Superior is all messed up looking. Her face is all rotted now.
Oh.
All her ugliness has finally come out to her now. And so Ricky shows up at Mother Superior's house. He breaks down the door with the axe. Mother Superior tries to keep him out, pushing stuff against the door, but Ricky smashes in. Ricky almost kills Mother Superior, but she falls down the stairs, swings the axe, and she just jumps out of her seat and tumbles down.
So she's like at that point where she has to have those little chairs.
Yeah, there's chairs to lift her up the stairs.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
she's disabled. She's probably retired.
Uh-huh.
And so she gets on another wheelchair. She confronts Ricky. Like, "Why, Ricky? Like, why are you doing this?" Ricky winds up his axe, getting ready to kill her. Then outside the cops show up with the nun. It cuts.
Mm-hmm.
The mother, the nun and the cops show up in Mother Superior's room, and they see her sitting at the table. They go and approach her. They touch her shoulder, and the head of Mother Superior pops off. Ricky cut off her head with the axe. Ricky storms in with the axe. He's like about to go kill him, but then his shot.
Okay.
They shoot him a few times. Ricky falls through the glass door. And the nun freaks out. Then it ends with Ricky smiling. He looks over to the camera and he smiles. The end.
The end? That's
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
He doesn't say naughty or anything?
No.
I guess
It's implied.
yeah, it's implied that some naughtiness took place there. What a movie, man.
Yeah, what a movie. Has a cult
Yeah.
following for a reason.
Yeah, yeah. Especially what's the Freeman? What's his name?
Eric Freeman.
Eric Freeman, his acting.
I don't know what else is on. I want to find more movies is on just to see what is.
See? Yeah. He just does the same character on the other. So, did you just watch this like in streaming and stuff? You don't have like a copy of it or
No,
anything?
streaming. Well, I downloaded it too.
Oh, you downloaded it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I was interested there. They said they did a commentary on the DVD and the Blu-ray.
Oh, I love that.
The DVD, though, if you want the Freeman, you get the Blu-ray. Because the DVD, they said they couldn't track him down for that
okay.
one.
Yeah.
And the Blu-ray, which is done by like a horror
Scream
distribution.
Factory or something.
Yeah, it's something like Scream Factory. And so they got him for that one. So that's probably the one.
Yeah.
See his opinion on it. Yeah. I wonder if he's proud of his work or...
Or if he was just like forever embarrassed and just like
or he's like the samurai cop guy, and he just
yeah,
embraced the
he
meme.
embraces it after yeah.
Yeah,
Tommy Wiseau's it up and
yeah. Tommy Wiseau. That's like Tommy Wiseau acting there, man.
it is.
You know what? Like Silent Night, I kind of liked it. Like
Yeah.
like for some reason the setting of it being, I'm guessing it's like Nebraska or something like that.
There's yeah.
I don't know. There's like, it's maybe Colorado. There's
Yeah.
mountains there.
Yeah. Well, this is I think the flashbacks are all shot like in like Colorado or a place like that because
Yeah.
there's snow, but there's barely snow.
Oh yeah.
But all
yeah.
the Ricky stuff I think is like California because it's all
California.
nice.
Suburban kind of. Yeah, that's true.
And I don't even. Why would the doctor guy want to interview him before Christmas? It's all too convenient. He breaks out on Christmas.
Yeah.
I don't think he does his killing spree on Christmas
Uh-huh.
because it's all summer out looking.
Okay.
The first one is more Christmas oriented. This one's not
Yeah.
really Christmas.
Uh-huh. It's just like we need a sequel.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a slasher.
This is a slasher, but the first one's a slasher, but it's like through the slasher through the perspective of the killer.
Okay.
Like you get to see the killer's backstory and how he came to be. And
Yeah.
rather than setting up a bunch of kids and have them killed by an unknown
Yeah.
Santa Claus killer.
Did you watch this like the first one and then watch the
Yeah.
second one? Oh,
yeah.
you did. So you
Yeah, I
watched
saw
it
them in
sequence.
order. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Ricky is on part 3 as well.
Oh, he is.
But his comatose throughout most of the movie.
Uh-huh.
And his brain's exposed through
Whoa.
a dome. And he's played by Bill Moseley
Who's Bill Moseley?
from like House of a Thousand Corpses.
Oh, that guy.
That crazy redneck actor guy.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
He's a good actor, yeah.
Yeah. But that's who plays.
That's who plays Ricky in part 3. He has no lines, so he doesn't get to act or nothing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But that movie's boring.
Really?
It's the most boringest movie I ever see. It's about this girl who's blind, but she can see things into the future,
Okay.
and she can see Ricky in her visions.
Yeah.
And so Ricky wakes up and goes after her. But that's like the whole movie, and like his
He just described it as
Yeah.
it sounds so boring. Little visions of the future of things happening.
and then Silent and Deadly Night 4 is the best one.
Okay.
Has nothing to do with Ricky or Billy. It's a whole new story about this cult of witches.
Oh, okay.
Silent and Deadly Night 4, The Initiation. And it's about this news reporter who's investigating this bizarre accident.
Uh-huh.
And it leads her to like this cult of witches and she's being initiated into it.
Uh-huh.
And the only reason why it's Christmas is because it takes place during Christmas. It's nothing other than that. Then Silent Night, Deadly Night 5 is also not bad.
Okay.
That one's about an evil a single mother and her son. They're being like tormented by like this evil toy maker and his autonomous toy son.
Uh-huh. Toulon?
It's kind it's kind of like Pinocchio.
Oh, okay.
But Pinocchio's evil.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those two are not bad. Those two are pretty good.
Nice.
And then you got the Silent Night remake in the 2000s.
What?
And that one's more of your run-of-the-mill evil Santa killing people.
Oh, okay.
There's no backstory to the Santa killer.
Nothing.
Yeah.
No
That one
trauma.
has Malcolm McDowell in it.
Oh, okay. Nice.
That one's not good, but I enjoy it.
Uh-huh. So the 4 and 5 are probably better than that.
4 and 5 are definitely the best.
Yeah. Huh. Why the heck would they make sequels of these movies? Did they?
They made money.
They did?
Yeah, low budgets and they made money. Well, what's his name? Michael Rooney? There's this famous actor who plays Santa all the time in movies, something Rooney.
Yeah.
And he was anti-Silent Deadly Night when it came out. Saying
Okay.
it's going to kill Christmas. It's ruining the spirit.
Uh-huh.
But then all of a sudden they hire him for part 5 and he plays the villain part 5.
Yeah.
Just want to know.
Money talks.
Yeah.
Everyone has their price, even the Rudy guy.
Yeah.
He's really much against it. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what it is about the setting of that. I like stuff that's like in the kind of the lower parts of America.
Yeah.
Like Midwest.
Yeah.
Which is why I like Christopher Columbus and what's his name? He's the big name, the Brat Pack guy, the director.
Hughes. Yeah.
Because
John
there's
Hughes.
stuff like Chicago and like Michigan and all those.
Yeah.
I think that's why I like that setting so much, because I grew up with his movies.
Yeah.
Everything's always around the Midwest and like, I don't know, Chicago and stuff like that. Yeah. But I like those settings, those movies. I automatically kind of click with them. This one, I think I liked it how it was kind of, the barren areas of America. And comparing it to Santa with Muscles, I think this one, I would rather watch this than Santa with Muscles.
Yeah, this one's like once a year. This one's good fun to revisit.
Yeah.
Santa Muscles is like, why am I watching this again? I did my time. Way more replayability.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I don't know if I'd watch Santa with Muscles again. Like, I might put it on just like, you want to see something funny?
You want to see something?
Yeah.
I'll show you something.
I'll show you something. You got Hulkster, brother.
Yeah. Hey, brother. He doesn't say it, though, in that movie.
No. I thought some of
Unfortunately.
that would have came out in it, but it's just nothing. That's like I was saying, like, how I didn't feel like it was the Hulkster, acting in this movie. It was just some like a action movie star or something like that. Yeah. But Silent Night, Deadly Night, I think I'd watch it again. Like, I mean, this is the second time I've seen it. Like, 1.5 times, I guess I could say. And after your recommendation, and I was like, hey, it's on Prime. I should check it out. And I had some downtime. I had a couple weeks off for holidays for work. And I was like, yeah, check it out. And I was like, that is a silly movie.
It's fun.
Yeah.
And you could tell they had a good time making it.
Uh-huh.
You could tell they didn't try.
Uh-huh.
It's not like one of those labor over loves. They probably just...
Yeah.
Something came out in the end that showed that it was a good, fun movie, at least.
Yeah, for sure. I would like to, if I were to watch it again, I'd probably like to watch it on the Blu-ray with the commentary.
I want to watch that commentary now.
Yeah. Track down a copy, Kyle. You gotta
Yeah.
you gotta buy it for us. Yeah. I don't know if I have a ton more to say about this movie.
Yeah, I think we're done.
Yeah.
That was Silent Night, Deadly Night 2. I am Kyle Kitchmonia.
And David Kashane.
See you guys later.